Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another one. Continuing on with the breakdown series here, we have 16 gauge, 2 3/4 inch, 1 ounce of number 6 shot from Federal. This is a 2.5 dram equivalent. Advertised muzzle velocity is 1165 FPS. This is a pretty standard Federal box. I'll let Josh show it.
That part's kind of cool.
Yeah, this always fascinated me. They give you a chart showing, recommended gauges for it, recommended shot sizes, yardage. That's actually a pretty cool chart. Winchester does the same thing.
And we've got something about the game shock, game loads, and some safeties and whatnot.
If you want to read anything, pause it. Although I'm sure all you guys know what Federal blue box looks like, and
All in all, though, I mean it's a cardboard box with plastic shells.
yeah, they list 28. Yeah, they do. Every gauge is on here besides 24 and 32, but yeah, you'd kind of expect that. 8 gauge for everything.
They don't have 8 gauge on
I
there.
know.
It goes 10 though.
Use 8 gauge for everything.
Apparently, the only thing you can kill turkey with is a 10, 12, and a 20. They skipped 16, which makes no sense because 20 is on there.
I've mentioned that before. Like, they skip 16 gauge for stuff that obviously you would use a 16 gauge over a 24.
Like, I understand this in a sense, but in another sense, it makes no sense. For pheasant, apparently, they don't want you to use a 10 gauge because it starts with 12.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get this, but yet you can use a 10 gauge to a quail or a dove. Now,
Really?
I don't know nothing.
Are you serious?
No, I'm joking.
Oh.
But it's basically how it's making it look, though, because it's saying, I don't know. I'll see if you can't figure out anything on there. It's kind of funny. Like, obviously, a 10 gauge would all that. And you can load a 10 gauge for whatever.
Yeah, you can load a 10 gauge down to 7/8 ounce if you want. Basically, you can use any gauge for anything, but certain gauges are more ideal for others
Than others.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out. Oh, God, it's crispy.
KFC?
Yeah, I wonder how old that thing is.
Oh, I don't know.
That's how you get your iron in your diet back in the old days.
Yeah.
Iron supplement. I don't know. I thought that was cool. Move that out of the way. 2 old Rochester 2 barrels. These cool old cans. I like this one. Let's see. What is this one? Early Winners lithograph by Curry and Ives, 1869. I guess is what that was. I don't know what kind of coffee it was, though. It don't say.
That's a cool old can.
Yeah. These full little machine screws and a piece of rebar.
Yep.
Has to be like Folgers or something. I don't know. Maxwell House?
Looks like a Maxwell House can.
I'm assuming it's Maxwell House, considering most of these are Maxwell House.
Looks like your papa was a big Maxwell House drinker.
Yeah, well, evidently he liked. Anybody ever heard of that one?
I ain't never heard of that.
Me neither. What other cool ones are over here? Oh, that's a kind of cool one. It's got a little chic on it.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. There's another older Chase in Stanford. Oh, that one's cool. It's a black one. What is it? We're getting distracted here.
Yeah, but there's so much cool stuff in here.
Oh, it's a black one. It's decaffeinated. What is in it? But I don't know. An electric motor of sorts. But I don't know. There's another one in there too. Well. Anyways,
we know we're off topic, but there's just so much cool stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what the shell looks like. Classic Federal purple for 16 gauge. Herder's 16 gauge shells are also purple, which are Shadot hulls, but this has a high brass, which is actually brass plated steel, Federal 209A, and a really ugly 6-point crimp. You can see the shot through it. It looks like it's just standard lead. I don't think these are copper plated. Never opened one up before. What was that?
Big bug.
Jesus.
Pterodactyl.
This should be fairly interesting. I wonder if this is a 2-piece wad like their slug was. Let's find out. Alrighty, guys. We have the hull opened up, and we have more than 1 ounce of shot. Now, granted, it's probably just one more pellet than an ounce, but here's what the shot looks like. Focus. Nice and shiny. Looks like we may have 2 different sizes in there. We do. Alright guys, here's a better view of the shot, and if you look right here, maybe you can tell that we definitely do have two different sizes in here, which you would expect from a cheaper target load like this or a game load. That's not totally out of the ordinary to see, and it doesn't really matter because, once again, this is just a target load. But the shot does look pretty good. Some of it is shinier than others, but oh well. I believe this is hard lead. Let's squeeze one and find out. Yeah, that's hard lead. That's hard to squish.
High antimony.
Yeah. That's a plus. Harder lead tends to pattern better. Less deformation.
Up next we have the wad. It is a two-piece wad. I really like the color of these wads. There's the shot cup section of it. That breeze feels nice coming through here.
Yeah.
There's the shot cup section of it, and it's got the gas seal with like a podium, I guess, like a podium style
Yeah, I
wad.
used to call these a podium wad, but I can't do that anymore because Federal actually has a new wad that they actually call the podium wad.
There's what it looks like. It's a little off center, but you get the idea anyways. That's how it sits inside the hull. It's like 13.2.
Yeah, it's only 13.2 grains. That must be a really fast burning powder to be that low of a charge. And I guess the speed would make sense too. 1165, kind of low velocity.
I'll tell you what, dump it back in the hull and we'll throw it on mine, see what mine says. It's laying here too.
What's it say?
13.4.
Alrighty, having a look down inside the hull, you can see obviously this is straight wall, being a Federal. Most of them are straight wall anyway. We have a paper base wad with a somewhat high base wad too. The primer is flush with it. There is some little flecks of powder still in there, but they wouldn't come out. But overall, pretty standard. I love the purple and gold together.
Royalty,
Focus.
as you say.
Yeah, looks like royalty. If you guys were ever curious on how I put these back together, not using a press, well,
A little bit more. Oh, yeah, there we go. Beautiful.
and here's
Shut that thing off.
And here's the end result. You can see we do have a nice taper on there. The crimp actually looks better than it did come out of the box. For, I mean, no press, that's really dang good. Deep set. Still swirled though, but all of them in the box were swirled. And this old drill press is running really dang good.
For what it is.
Old oil can, that's what we're using for oil. Not sure what's in it. Maybe he does.
Hard to say. Whatever my papa put in it 20-some years ago. It's still one of the good cans, yes. Of course, I ain't gonna flip it over and make a mess, but.
Yeah, guys, there's Federal's 1 ounce 16 gauge load, number 6 shot, 1165 FPS. Pretty interesting. I love their wad. They had some pretty decent shot in there, even if it was two different sizes. But again, you'd expect that from a target load. But overall, these are pretty fun to shoot, and they actually pattern pretty good. I like them. What about you?
Yeah, we busted a lot of clays with them, believe it or not.
Sure have.
That's something we need to do again. Set up a tripod and actually try to get a video of nothing but shooting clays.
Yeah, I really want to do that.
Yeah.
But that's going to end this one here, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.